around the district.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah, absolutely. Let's go.
It's game time for Corners. Desert Sports Live is bringing you raw takes, real talk, and all the action from across New Mexico. This isn't your average sports show. It's your hometown locker room. Turn up the volume, San Juan County. This is your sports show. Albert, Stephen, Corey, and Ben bringing the heat from San Juan County to all of New Mexico, where small-town sports bring big-time energy. Now, let's join the guys in the garage.
What's up, Four Corners? We are live here. It's the Garage Guys, episode 6. Set to go here tonight, and we've got a show for you. Got football, of course, like always. We got some volleyball, some heavy volleyball stuff this week, as well as soccer. Steven's going to be talking a lot about soccer, as well as some junior high stuff, and hopefully next week we'll get some more Yapple stuff. But Steven, pretty darn different show to get started this week.
Yeah, we're pretty excited. We're going to kind of bounce around a lot of different stuff today. We've got, like Albert said, we're going to start with our football, but we've got some soccer. I got I got all geeked up about soccer last show, so yeah. I wanted to show some more soccer and some clips and stuff. Like, we're going to show that game between some highlights between the Aztec Miamira girls game, and Peavy and Peavy and Farmington both played boys and girls, and I know there's been a couple games in between there, but I just thought it'd be fun to highlight the crosstown rivalry thing. The girls game was really good, and then we got some volleyball highlights, and then we've got some field reporting stuff that we're going to be talking about at the end, Corey, and it's going to be a lot of fun tonight. We're going to be bouncing around a lot of different stuff.
Yeah, again, we coming to the conclusion of these districts. You kind of see these big name teams that you expect to kind of get out there and roll with those guys. But I'm kind of a little excited to hear more about the field reporting and some of the people that are out there. Get to see a little bit more of these kids that aren't getting the shine, getting the attention that they deserve. But Ben, you got out to see some more Aztec football, and then what do you think about that?
Well, just like this week wasn't much to talk about because they had a forfeit, but the last week at home. What can we say? They give it their best. They go out there and they compete as the best they can. And, we're just still trying to build. And you can't do it when, you don't have the numbers and you got the injuries you have. So just plugging away. And I think those coaches are just trying to find that sauce to compete, basically.
Well, there you have it. We're going to get going here shortly with Farmington football. I want to give a shout out to Sam over here running production and sound for us. That's Sam Parks. And then we got Annabelle Kitchens over there running time and stuff like that for us, also with production. And we're going to get started off with our amazing local partners to get this show going.
Looking for quality fencing? Hornet Fence has you covered. Residential, commercial, and industrial fence, gate, and gate operator sales and service. We do it all, where we carry the largest inventory of fencing supplies in the Four Corners area. Hornet Fence, helping you secure the nest.
We believe that every child deserves the best start in life, and we're committed to providing a safe, nurturing, and fun environment where your little ones can grow, learn, and thrive. Join the Kiddie Kamp family today, where smiles, learning, and love are always in abundance.
American Equipment Manufacturing is a local business based in Farmington that specializes in the manufacturing of oil field equipment. Our extensive production facility allows us to provide high-quality products that meet the industry standards and industry knowledge.
Well, we couldn't be more proud to have Hornet Fence, as well as Kiddie Kamp and American Equipment Manufacturing to team up with Desert Sports Live. We greatly appreciate you all, as well as teaming up with us for the Garage Guys and our hot mics, which we're going to be tuning up here soon enough. But hey, we're gonna get started right off the bat. We're going to send it over to Corey with Farmington Scorpion football.
Guys, we talked about it before the season, kind of breaking down the districts. A tough district for Farmington and Piedra Vista. So they have two large schools coming in. They played Cleveland and they played Volcano Vista. Unfortunately, Cleveland kind of went, as you expect. Farmington falls, let me find the score here, 49-3. I think that was called at halftime or just after due to lightning Unfortunately, Farmington struggled offensively and defensively. 27 pass yards, 47 yards on the ground. Just a tough night. Very tough defense to go up against. And then following week, Volcano Vista comes in, had a much better game, and they played obviously in some pretty tough weather, right? Obviously, the rainstorms that's continuing right now, and hopefully we don't lose power in the middle of this.
I'm glad you said that, because if we go out, it's probably because the power went out.
All right, so 190 yards on the ground and let me find my stats again, 119 from Rock Kalsich himself. So he kind of handled business, calling the shots and running the ball. So 190 yards total on the ground, 63 through the air. Volcano Vista coming in, and kind of a high-powered offense, got slowed down a little bit by weather. Unfortunately, Farmington still falls 29-7. But a better game obviously than against Cleveland. But it's just tough when you get those big schools. They got a lot of talent pool to come through, and they're wrecking balls when they come in. So shout out to Farmington for competing and putting themselves out there.
Yeah, well, Cleveland, they've won state how many years in a row? We talked about that earlier.
I think 8 years in a row.
Yeah, 8 years in a row or something like that. And it's extremely difficult to compete against. I wouldn't be surprised if they have 100 guys on varsity and 60 guys on JV and 60 guys on CT. They probably just have a huge amount of talent pool to pull from. Yeah. But I have a couple. I always like to throw some clips out there. That's kind of become my new thing. And if you want to take me over to camera 8, Corey, we got this is an 11-yard pass play from Kalsich to Noah, and I hope I'm saying this right, Bienes. And so Farmington did have some positive plays and against this Cleveland team. And, when you're getting down here to the end of district and you need to have some positives, like you look at these things and you say, look, this is what we can do against this #1 ranked team, if we execute. And Albert, you can always jump in here as well, but it was just a well executed play. He gets out in the flat. You kind of have that crossing pattern. If you look, he has his 2 blockers out here out front, and it's just that's a nice little play for a nice 11-yard pickup by way Bienes, and then we have, wrong screen. But then right here we have, this is Kalsich, and like you said, he had all those yardage. This is one of his option plays, Corey, where he makes a nice read and he locks. You watch him lock. I think it's the defensive end or the linebacker. I can't remember. He locks, kind of gets him flat-footed, and then makes his way up the field. And this is a nice run by Kalsich, and you'll see him right here. He kind of locks that guy and then makes his way up the field. And it was just enough of a pump fake to make him stop. And was that the defensive end or was that the linebacker? I think that's the defensive end right there. He does just enough of a fake, and it gets the defensive end lean the wrong direction. Yeah,
it gets him looking on the outside guy, and then he takes advantage of it.
Yeah, and right here you'll see him.
And he wouldn't have been wrong even if he pitched it. Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at the green and the space exactly, Ben, that's open for the running back.
You can't really see it, but he kind of made a pump fake, because you can see that defensive end, he was leaning the wrong direction. You can see that his feet are moving and he has to stop and come back, and he just misses him going through the line right there. Do you want to have anything you wanted to add to that, Albert?
No, that's just, good execution, blocking, a nice pump fake there by the quarterback. Farmington did a good job, I felt, guys, in the sense of keeping that game 29-7 to Volcano Vista. They had a ton of running yards, which helps you stop a passing offense. Farmington's not dumb. Those coaches are very highly intelligent. They have excellent game plans week in and week out. Just a couple of weeks ago, La Cueva, who's 5-2, they almost won that one, 27-21. The Cleveland game got away from them, but Cleveland's been ranked #1 for almost the entire season, except for, 2 weeks ago, or maybe last week, Las Cruces jumped them to #1, and rightfully so. I don't think you can argue that fact, but
they were beat by
didn't Las Cruces, they got a win against them.
Yeah, so there you go. And then, Cibola comes in at 4-3. They have some pretty tough wins, does Cibola. Farmington won that game 37-0, so Man, I got to side with Farmington here. I think that they've gone through some really big-time battles this year, Ben, and I think it's going to help them here in the later ends. I mean, Pedro Vista's, I think they're ranked now 11, and then you have Rio Rancho, who was ranked 7. So obviously that record, the schedule doesn't get as easy. Still 10 Cibola, 7 Rio Rancho, 11 PV. I mean, that's still some tough treading, but I think Farmington can probably come away with a couple of wins, possibly.
Yeah, I just want to add to that first play is just the sure great blocking by those other receivers on the outside to get that 11 yards, and it was the deep guy that tackled him. And it's like, I didn't want to interrupt, but I wanted to make sure those guys got their highlight.
We can definitely go back to it if you want to go back to camera 8, and that way you guys can see what what Ben is talking about right here, and I'll just kind of grab it and show you. But
yeah, these two outside guys, and then the one that comes from.
And I want you, this is why he picks up all that yards, right, Ben?
Yeah, look at these guys. They're covering each and every one, and the safety has to come over, or the deep safety, I guess, strong safety, whatever you want to, comes, and he's the one that has to make the tackle in the second, the deep.
Well, and not to mention, I think as well, Ben, that offensive line does a good job of, and you see that they break free and they get back there, but they did their job long enough for him to make his pass. He doesn't take a hit.
The running back comes and gets his guy. The two receivers cover their guys.
That was a nice little play there by Farmington.
Well, this is what I want to point out for Farmington. They kind of remind me a little bit of what PV did last year. They had the pieces there. They just weren't kind of dialing in that rhythm. And so they're still trying to piece some stuff together, work. Unfortunately, any little mistake against these teams, you get crucified for it. You know what I mean? They will capitalize, and they'll execute on any little gap that you give them. So. And I want to clarify, because somebody's going to call me out on it. Cleveland has been in the state championship for 6 or 8 years. They haven't won it every year, so it's not all back to back, But I mean, Farmington is there. They just got to find those plays like that and stack them together instead of few and far between.
Yeah.
Big things expected from Farmington against Cibola Friday night. Farmington takes on Cibola. That is at Cibola, so they'll go on the road. We'll head on over to the number 1 ranked. It's the Bloomfield Bobcats, 6-1 on the season, 4-0 in district. Guys, they're running away with district. I mean, it's just a power type of stats when you run out here. I mean, against Taos, they had 235 yards passing, 5 touchdowns, well over 100 yards rushing, 3 touchdowns against Moriarty, number 11 Moriarty, 265 yards passing, 3 touchdowns by their quarterback, 205 rushing yards, 4 touchdowns. I mean, guys, they're going to take on Bernalillo coming up on the 17th. It's more Bloomfield. I mean, I'm calling it now. I mean, you're going to have running clock against this game. Bloomfield's just that dominant. They're just that strong. I mean, you look at Chavarria, 233 yards against Moriarty, 3 touchdowns. We've seen that team. All 4 of us got to watch Moriarty. They look pretty tough. I mean, they had some big bodies up on the line. They had some pretty, really nice linebackers that can cover sideline to sideline. Secondary was very physical against Aztec High School, and then of course Bloomfield walks right in there and handles business. So a lot of rushing yards by the Bobcats against Moriarty, and even more so the passing yards up there as well for Chavarria, who's fit in real nicely, Stephen, with all state, our opinion, and Blake Spencer taking off. We've got some clips, so let's go ahead and go over that, Stephen, with Bloomfield taking on Moriarty.
Yeah, and it's like you said, it's just more of the same with Bloomfield. I mean, they just continue to dominate, and you're right. We saw Moriarty play, and they had 6 different guys running the dang ball. I mean, they bring all kinds of different guys at you, different looks, and Bloomfield had no problem with that. Now. Moriarty is pretty one-dimensional, but they're good at what they do, and it just goes to show you how good Bloomfield is at what they do, because they shut down just about everything that Bloomfield or that Moriarty brought. And if you want to switch me over, Corey, and I wanted to show some of this stuff. This is the chemistry, like you said, Chavarria and I'm going to say Caleb Hutchins. I got 2 clips of them, but just these guys, they just connect, and it just seems to get better as they go down, through the season, and you see that, and I don't want to just give them all the credit, because you have guys that are running great patterns. They're confusing the defense. Chavarria, if you watch him, he just moves right up into the pocket, moves out, into space. There you go. He steps up, and you'll see Hutchins. Like Hutchins, just if you look at him, Hutchins is right over here, and you'll watch him come across all the way across the field, following another guy, and it confuses the defense. You see those two guys. They don't even know which direction to go till it's too late, and Hutchins wide open.
And you got two other receivers that are open if he takes a look at the other side of the field.
So if you watch all of the receivers run their patterns, you can tell Moriarty's defense is just confused. They have no idea which guy do I get. You got two guys following one guy, two guys following another guy, and Caleb Hutchins, of all receivers to let get wide open, Albert. That's not the guy you want to allow to get wide open.
Absolutely not. He had Hutchins had 3 touchdowns on the night. So.
Yeah, and I'm going to show you another one of his. We'll watch this one more time, and you'll see Chavarria does the same thing in this other one. Now, this next one you'll watch, and he kind of throws it up, but Caleb just goes up and gets it. But Chavarria, once again, does a great job. He steps up into the pocket, like he steps up through the pressure. Right here, you see him. He moves out of the pressure, throws it right up into the end zone, and up goes Hutchins and just grabs the ball and makes a nice catch.
But like having a catcher, Corey will understand this analogy, having a catcher where if you're a pitcher and you can throw your curveball in the dirt and see if you could get him to run after it, knowing that your catcher is going to block that ball, and I can throw that in confidence it's not getting past you. Right there, that's Chavarria. Look how he stepped up in the pocket, Stephen, if you'll rewind that. That's that triple threat I talk about, the smarts. Look at Chavarria. 2-step drop, steps up in the pocket, steps outside where he's got plenty of room to set up his feet work, his shoulders, square his shoulders up, get the ball downfield. That's like having a catcher where you can throw that curveball in the dirt in Chavarria. And funny thing is, Chavarria is a catcher, by the way, and a very high level playing catcher at that.
Let me add to that, Albert. Just see how ungreedy he is, because he has all the room to run, and he just throws it up there instead of
that space
to just running on his own and probably going in for a touchdown himself or dang close. He throws it and goes up, makes his guys go for it.
And that's a confidence thing too.
Yeah.
Confidence in knowing the receivers that you have downfield.
That's exactly what I was going to point out. I mean, you look at the way there's zero panic. He just takes exactly what the defense gets him, steps right into the gap, and fires it down the field. I mean,
well, and I want to give credit to the offensive line as well. So you see this guy comes in late right here. You'll watch, and I'm not sure who that offensive lineman is, but he gets it. He gets enough of a bump on him that it allows Chavarria to step up in the pocket, and you see it. He comes back and gets in his, he gets in his way again. That offensive line, they did their job extremely well. As they push all those guys out, gives him a pocket, steps up into all that space, and just makes a nice throw.
And way to be aware of what their line of scrimmage is before he tosses that.
Yeah. So, he's got, obviously Chavarria he's got the air attack. Well, let's look and see what he has in the backfield here. We've got Peyton Duncan, and you just have Bloomfield has so many weapons. I mean, Duncan gets that ball, cuts up, finds a seam, and just gets all the way down into the end zone. I don't even know if he's touched on that play. Once again, that offensive line, I mean, it's like you see him kind of slow up, and it's like, which way should I go? Oh, this looks good.
Well, here's what's crazy. Rewind that and then pause it right there. Pause. Stay put right there. You got almost a 4-4 defense run by Moriarty, but the furthest guy on the inside is a nickel back, and he's going to come over. You can see 1, 2, 3 from the top, very top, seconds back there. Yep. And then the guy right next to the defensive end. He's a nickel cornerback. He's going to come in for coverage. So actually, Moriarty has the numbers against Bloomfield here. That shows the dominance and blocking for Bloomfield right now, because Moriarty has the numbers. He should never rip this off for a touchdown and go ahead and push play and watch Bloomfield work. Look at this. All you need is just a quick split second of that line opening up a hole, but you could have ran a Mack truck through that deal. And, of course, the running back in Duncan takes care of the rest. But look at that.
Well, and I want to point out right here, I think this is number 58. Watch what he does. He comes, and not only does he pick up the guy he needs to pick up, he hit the other guy that helps out his teammate. Look at that, 2 guys. Picks up 2 guys on that block.
And look how far the offensive linemen are down the field, guys. If you want to see what offensive linemen are supposed to do, right here, this is Bloomfield getting off the football and absolutely dominating in the trenches. Look how far their offensive linemen are up the field, guys. You know Coach Kovacs and that offensive coordinating team that they have 2 guys run offensive coordinator over there at Bloomfield as well. You know they got to be pumped up watching that clip there.
Yeah, so you know what? Like we said, I don't know that we need to spend a ton of time, but Bloomfield just continues to dominate and show what they can do out on the field.
Well, let's take it over to PV here shortly. Corey, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to say, and that's for me, looking at the remaining schedule for Bloomfield and kind of what you've seen throughout the state this year. I mean, there's only one team on the schedule for Bloomfield that Bloomfield's got to really worry about, and that's Bloomfield. They cannot shoot themselves in the foot and obviously avoid the injury bug, because the injury bug bites anybody. That changes the entire team. So that's kind of where I see Bloomfield right now. Yeah, and I thought that Bloomfield might end up having some trouble with grants, but at this point, I don't see them having any issues. I 100% believe it's going to be St. Pius Bloomfield final. I just don't see how that happens. Now, Pius had a stumble. They lost to Albuquerque Academy, and Corey and I were trying to understand what happened in that game. We had a discussion the other day about it, and we were looking up articles. Do they have injuries? We couldn't really figure out that there was anything different with St. Pius. Academy just came in and beat them from what
it was their day, just like it was PV's day when they took down Bloomfield. And I think that St. Pius needed that. So did Bloomfield. It got them right back on track, Stephen and Ben. Ben, playing football, that one win, that one loss part of me can reset your mindset, and sometimes that's exactly what you need.
Yeah, and it's all about timing too. Like sometimes it's, not a very good time to lose. And, but early in the season, it's a great time to lose.
Well, and they lost to a legitimately good team in Piedra Vista. I mean, yeah, you might look at PV and say, well, they're getting beat. Well, they're playing against 6A teams, and PV they're a good team. They really, I guess we'll just segue into PV because that's where we were going, right, Albert? But, I just get frustrated with them, and I hope, I'm not trying to offend anybody or anything, I get frustrated that they have to play in the 6A level. I really feel like if they're in the 5A, where I feel like they probably should be, and they fit better in that place, I think they're competing right up there with the top teams in 5A, and I'll say the same for Farmington. Like, I feel like if they're put in that level of play where I feel like that's where they should be. I think that you're going to see them. It's going to be a different look for both of these teams. But I want to show you. I know this is some footage against when they played Rio Rancho, and I know they went down to Rio Rancho. Or I shouldn't say went down there to play, but they got beat by Rio Rancho. But I just wanted to show you some of the good plays, and I love it because I got another one. I've already got to highlight Andrew Wood. You can switch it over, Corey. He on that defense. I always seem to find a play. He's number 31. He's over here on the end, and I hope I have the right clip. We'll see here in just a second. But he does a great job of just finding. He just sniffs out the play and gets to the ball and makes the tackle. And I just love he holds his block, he pushes his guy all the way into the backfield, and just does a fantastic job of. You'll see that number 0. He wants to get outside. Now he can see that guy's coming in the back. But Andrew does such a good job of pushing his man all the way back. It causes the running back to turn back up the field. He gets off of his block and makes a nice tackle.
And he's there to snatch him.
Yeah.
Well, and he's got inside leverage on the shoulder. If he was bodied up, maybe that offensive lineman probably wins that battle. But a smart play defensively by him, knowing if I hit the inside shoulder, not go up against him right in front of him, directly in front of him, he goes to the inside shoulder. shoulder that allows him to get better leverage and make that tackle. Great read.
Yeah, just a good job by Andrew Wood. Watch it one more time. Gets off his block, makes a nice tackle. So I like to give those defensive guys some credit sometimes and show some of their highlights. And that's the second one I've gotten of Mr. Wood there. But we'll move on over here. And this is going to be Ruben Marquez. And I mean, he hits. And if I get this wrong, I apologize. I was trying to see the number. It looks like number 17, Joshua Zapata. And I'm pretty sure that's who it is, but you'll see this is a great 36-yard pass by Marquez down the field, and great catch by Zapata, and he tries to get away. He's wide open. He gets wide open down there, gets snagged on the jersey, but just a nice job. That's a great job of route running as he finds his way into the soft spot back there in the defense, and I think that might even have been a broken coverage. Because look at all these receivers that he has wide open right here. It almost looks like they're confused, like, hey, who was supposed to get what right here? I don't know what happened, but just a great, and Zapata's wide open. And if Marcus throws that just a little bit farther down the field, Zapata might catch that on the run and head into the end zone.
Yeah, if he caught it on the run, definitely, I agree.
But, and like, once again, offensive line does their job. He's able to roll out.
Well, I'll tell you where PV wins the battle on this, probably throughout this whole game. They're running the double wing T right there, 2 tight end set. And they've done a great job with either handing the football off or faking the handoff or faking the pitch throughout the entire game, that everybody sucked in on that play, Stephen, when you showed that the entire defense did not drop back into coverage as far as the second and third level, meaning the linebackers and the secondary. Look at this. They all rushed the line of scrimmage because of that fake. Look at that. And that was probably set up by what they ran through the entire game, which put that play wide open there.
Well, and you can see they're keying on Amasi Griego right here, number 2, right there in the backfield. Look at them. They all start heading his direction, thinking that that's where the ball's going. And you'll see on this next play.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say. Show the next play.
I'll show you the next play.
You see Marquez on that one couldn't even step into that throw, so that's why the throw come up a little short. He had to finish right in his face. So.
Well, you'll see right here why Rio Rancho was so keyed in on this kid. And watch the wheels on this guy.
Amasi
Griego. Watch this. Nobody's catching him. Look at him just pulling away from the crowd. There's just nobody fast enough to keep up with him. He just finds his way through that line. And once again, credit to the offensive line. I mean, he's so quick. It didn't take much. There's just enough of an opening right there. You'll see it. Like, everybody's starting to collapse, and Amasi, boom, gets through, and off to the races he goes down into the end zone. Just a great run by Amasi Griego. And, I know, Ben, I know you know him and his family and stuff as well. We know JJ and all that, his uncle. But, man, that kid has just turned into a great athlete. He plays baseball as well. He's just one of those kids you like having on your team.
Yeah.
Direct snap and out of here. How many times have we been talking this year, guys, before we head on over to Aztec football to Ben, but how many times have we talked about getting these running backs, get the football and get your butt upfield. Get straight up the field. So many running backs these days, or some of these quarterbacks, they're so worried about shifting and dancing and try to shake people out and jumping over players. Now, there's a big thing in college and NFL. So what are all the high school kids trying to do? They're trying to hurdle everybody now when they're out there. And Griego did it beautifully, as well as Duncan for Bloomfield. Get the football and get your butt upfield. Stop dancing around. Lower your shoulder pads, because, Ben, I'm going to go to you on this one, and you're going to understand where I'm teeing this up at. Would you rather have a shifty running back to try to bring him down, or a dog who's coming at you with a 5 to 10 yard head start, and you know he's going to lower his shoulder pads? He's not going to try to juke you. He's going to try to run over the top of you. Which running back would you rather go up against?
You want the one that's going to get the yards no matter what. So, yeah, you're going to want the one that's going to be a dog and go right up the middle, and he's going he's going to make you pay for those extra yards.
So if you're a secondary guy, that's the guy you don't want to come up and hit, and that's what we're talking about. So many of these running backs, they're just so too busy, Corey, dancing around.
Yeah, well, like you said, those ones that's going to come straight at you make you think twice about trying to make that tackle, while a shifty guy's going to wear himself out going sideline to sideline versus down the field. You gain 40 yards, but you really only made one, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So.
you ran 40 and you gained one.
Well, Steven, who does PV got coming up here?
Oh, I didn't even look at the schedule who they had next. Let me take a look here. Piedra Vista next on the schedule. They have Cibola. Sorry, they have Cibola coming up next on their schedule. And
nope, actually number 2, Cleveland.
oh, sorry. I see that now. That you're saying right there. They're 0-4 all time against Cleveland. So yeah, they're taking on the powerhouse next, right after Farmington. Then they'll play Cibola the following week. But yeah, and it's showing Cleveland as number 2. I really want to see PV have some success against Cleveland, and in the right circumstances, they can probably hold their own. Cleveland's just a handful. I mean, no matter how you look at it, it's a handful. But I'll be cheering on PV for sure. I'd like to see them do some good in that game.
Well, we'll take it over to number 15, the Aztec Tigers, being 1-7 on the season, 0-5 in district, and didn't get any easier for them this past Friday night.
No. They're still on the struggle bus, just trying to compete, in a game. And once again, they went up against Moriarty after the loss from Grants, and it is what it is. When you don't have the power, the muscle, the big guys to open up anything for your offense, it's real tough when your 2 running backs are just trying to do it all with seconds of what their linemen can do, and it's no discredit to the linemen. I mean, they're out there doing what they can. It's just we're just being overpowered by bigger and better teams. I mean, flat out, that's all we could say. And I mean, Coach Conley and the crew, it's like I said previous, it's a new squad almost every week with injury, who's coming back, who's healthy, and what our scheme's gonna be, And I mean, credit to them, just keep getting out there and trying, and I get it, they're trying to, their freshman team, they want them to still grow at the same time, so they're holding some of them guys back for Friday nights, and they're playing their schedule. But, who's to say I'm right or wrong to say that they're doing that the right way or the wrong way? I don't want to, discredit anybody or upset anybody, but, it's just tough to, week in week talk about these guys getting, hammered. But I love them. I'm still going to back them and the coaches. I'm here to just say what's going on and what's coming up. And we had to forfeit against Bernalillo this week because, we didn't have enough players to take down there, and so that happened. And next on we got this week off. So hopefully more guys heal up and come out and are ready to go come next game against Kirtland Central. And yeah, I'm just hoping that we put another win together and, just give Kirtland all they could handle and come out with a win, and say, hey, we got 2.
Well,
but
you're right, Ben. Like, let's be honest. Like, it's been a rough go for Aztec. It's absolutely been a rough go for them. And, and I know there's a lot of people out there that have a lot of different opinions. We have our opinions. We discuss and talk about things amongst ourselves. But if there's one thing that we're going to continue to do is we're going to continue to love those kids and we're going to continue to support them no matter what. So if any of you kids out there watching or parents or whatever, we're 100% behind this team. And that means that we're behind the kids, we're behind the coaches. No matter what your opinion is, like, these kids just need encouragement. They need to be told that they're, like, we appreciate what they're doing for their school, for our town. Like, we know it's not easy going out there and just getting blasted like that. Like, it's not easy. But these kids still need you to support them. They still need you to cheer them on. They're doing the best they can with what they've got. That's kind of the situation right now. Like, we can look, we're going to be talking about it here a little bit, but like we can look at the 8th graders and the 9th graders, and we can see that there's a good foundation. coming up. But you know what? Like, that's a couple years, that's next year and the year down the road. Like, there's still upperclassmen on this team that want to compete and they want to play. And I know your son's one of them. I'm going to kind of speak probably for you on this, but you know, like, I love watching Tanner play. He's a great football player, and you hate to see these kids get discouraged. And, you know, and I know Lucero, he's out there, you know, pounding away, you know, and those kids are doing everything they can on the line. It's just exhausting when you're just getting hammered the whole game, and it's hard to keep your offense on the field, and they're having to play both ways. It's a tough thing. But no, and I think I speak for all of us, that we continue to support this team, and we're going to continue to cheer you on no matter what the circumstances. And you know what? Like, we're still looking forward to seeing you get those next games in, and you know, like, we're gonna go to Kirtland and call that game in Kirtland. I mean, at least that's our game plan, right, Albert? We're trying to make that happen, and I think it's going to happen. You know, we're still behind you. That's what those kids need to know. I mean, I think, Corey, I think you feel the same way.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, to watch these kids go out there and continue to battle. I don't care if they're down 65-0. They're still battling, you know. And like you said, it's tough. But one thing I do want to point out as kind of a positive, you know, that we broke down 4-8 and we just asked for the community to support these kids. And you know what? From what I've seen, there's a pretty good crowd showing up for Aztec football, and props to the community of Aztec for doing that for these
Absolutely.
boys. Regardless of what the score comes out, regardless of opinions and what's going on, you're showing up and showing out for these kids, and I just praise that.
That's exactly what they need right now.
Yeah, I'll just add to it. It's easy to be the coach from the stands, you know, because you're not at practice, you're not there working with these kids each week, and you know, how they're feeling and how they're doing during the week. So, I mean, exactly. I'm here to support those guys. I just hope, you know, beings that the freshmen have one more game this week, that they stick it out and finish the season with the varsity and help them finish their season, and they don't just, you know, move on to the next. And so we have enough numbers to finish the season as a varsity schedule as well. That's my hopes, and I hope the coaches encourage that as well, just to help these guys finish, you know, the upperclassmen, to help them finish their season as well, just because theirs is up this week. So that's all I could hope for, and I could just hope that we finish strong, no more injuries, and it is what it is. We're still rebuilding, and like Steven said, please just continue to support these kids, because we all love them, and I will always support them and their coaches. So there's not a whole lot to say more than that. It's just, let's finish the season.
Yeah, I agree with every one of you. I mean, they got Kirtland Central at Kirtland next week, and then at home against Espanola. Listen, again, no shade thrown out here. Some of those freshmen that stay out there, hopefully that they do, that's going to be a big battle against Kirtland. That's a game that they could come out and win. No disrespect. Now, I'm not trying to disrespect Kirtland, because Kirtland's, their parents and their coaches are telling their players the same exact thing over there. That Aztec, that's a winnable game against Aztec. Vice versa for Aztec, it's a winnable game against Kirtland. Obviously, you get your guys out there, you play really well, you run that double wing tee that Aztec was running. You give it to Lucero and O'Gean, split it out with some different running backs as well, because they've got running backs that they can put back there and give them a break like you were talking about. And then you go up against Espanola, and Espanola's on their heels. I mean, they're 4-4 on the season. You know, they're with their schedule. Obviously, we all understand what they've gone up against in the district, but they're on a 2-game skid right now. They lost to Bernalillo and Taos. Again, Aztec gets their freshmen to come out. That's a winnable game for the Tigers against Espanola, and that'd be a great way for Aztec to go out on a high note against Kirtland and Espanola.
It was last year that they had that really tough game against Espanola right at the end of the season.
Yeah, and they were in it until the second half.
Yeah. I mean, so anything's
can happen.
possible. Yeah, absolutely. And I'm, you know, like, I just want to say to that point, like, you know, these seniors and these upperclassmen have stuck it out this season, and in my opinion, to help try to create something new for these younger kids. And my hope is that these younger kids stick with them to finish the season. And no matter how tough it is, no matter how hard it is, we're all gonna, I mean, trust, all of us adults can tell you that life isn't easy, right? Like, please, my thing is please, if you're one of those underclassmen, stick it out for the upperclassmen. I feel like they deserve it. They've stuck it out for you guys. So,
well, there's a couple of games that was just basically the upperclassmen. I mean, so yeah, you would hope that they would stick. And then you'd hope the parents would talk to them about that too. I know we did. When I was a freshman, we all stayed on varsity even after the freshman's year was over. So, hey, Aztec, we hope you guys stick together and get out there. We're going to be rooting you on. And Corey is 100% right. Great job, parents and fans, to showing up to these football games. We look down on the stands. We see all of you sitting down there. Thank you so much for towing the line for the Aztec Tigers. And we're going to head out to number 14, Kirtland Central. They're 1-6 on the season, 0-4 in district. They had a big-time loss against Espanola, 35-28. Almost pulled that out, boys. So it seems like Kirtland's putting things together. They're going to be taking on Taos. They lost that game 35-15 last year. They play on the 17th against Taos this year. But Kirtland, they possibly may have some winnable games here. Taos is going to be tough, but they're going to go up against Aztec and Moriarty, and depending on what that defense can do against Moriarty, they might be able to pull off a shocker there. Chieftains, Shiprock 0-7, 0-3 on the season, ranked number 19. They're struggling right now. They lost to Cortez 28-6, kept it really close, but they play Thursday night against Crown Point on the 17th. So Shiprock taking on Crown Point Thursday night. And, of course, we're going to be out at Navajo Prep. This Thursday night is Desert Sports Live as we got the number 13 ranked Navajo Prep Eagles. Again, that is such a disservice and a dishonor that they continue to have Navajo Prep ranked 13. It's disgusting if you ask me, but whatever. Nobody asked me, so there you go.
I'm asking you, Albert.
2-0 in district. They beat Cuba 32-24. Is a good district game. Now they're going to take on number 10 Hotso Academy at home. Stephen and I will be there for that game, and that will take it up, and we're really looking forward to that. So that is this coming Thursday is that game for Stephen and I out at Navajo Prep. So Prep, we're coming to you this week, and now we're going to head into some soccer, and we've got some good clips for you and some good stuff in soccer and volleyball.
I don't know, maybe we could get Ben come out there Thursday night with us too. You busy on Thursday night, Ben?
I'll have to talk to my boss.
Oh, okay. Cammy, can Ben come out and play?
Oh, there we go. Well, before we do that, hey, let's take a quick break and thank some really important partners of ours.
He caught me off guard. Let me get back over there. All right, let's take a pause here real quick, and we just want to thank all of our sponsors before we move on here.
Looking for quality fencing? Hornet Fence has you covered. Residential, commercial, and industrial fence, gate, and gate operator sales and service. We do it all, where we carry the largest inventory of fencing supplies in the Four Corners area. Hornet Fence, helping you secure the nest.
We believe that every child deserves the best start in life, and we're committed to providing a safe, nurturing, and fun environment where your little ones can grow, learn, and thrive. Join the Kiddie Kamp family today, where smiles, learning, and love are always in abundance.
American Equipment Manufacturing is a local business based in Farmington that specializes in the manufacturing of oil field equipment. Our extensive production facility allows us to provide high-quality products that meet the industry standards and industry knowledge.
All right, well, thank you. Real quick giving us a chance to recognize our sponsors. Hornet Fence came on as a title sponsor for us. Albert, we so much appreciate them. Kiddie Kamp has been with us since day one.
That's right.
And we appreciate them so much. And then American Manufacturing just came on.
Yeah, but quick, American Equipment Manufacturing.
Yeah, American Equipment Manufacturing. Sorry, I apologize. But we want to say thank you to all them because they're helping us they're helping it be possible. And I don't know, I guess I can say it now. We're going to be at the AFL Championships.
Yes, we are.
On November 1st. We found out today that it got moved to November 1st. But our sponsors are the ones that help make that happen. And I'll be honest with you, we were not going to be able to do the AFL Championships this year until our sponsors stepped up. Because we live completely off sponsorship, and we'll be giving people the opportunity to do that. We have a Venmo, and we'll be putting that up, here shortly to help with sponsorship as well. But that wouldn't be possible without those sponsors, Albert.
Darn right, and as well as Four Roses T-shirts by
That's right.
April and Shelley Yates, who's been with us since day one. So thank you all again. We couldn't do this without you, as Stephen mentioned, and we'll be bringing you some more stuff coming forward. But right now, we're going to jump into some soccer.
All right, I've been waiting all week to geek out on some more soccer, as Albert calls it. I had a lot of fun last week doing some clips, and plus, not only that, but we wanted to be able to hit some more sports. Like we actually got in some cross country last week. That was a lot of fun. But real quick, I shouldn't say real quick, but I want to start with Aztec. The Aztec girls soccer had a matchup against Miamira, which actually had district championship implications. Miamira coming into that game 4-0, Aztec coming in 3-1 in district, and Aztec absolutely needed that win. Came up short. I literally, in the last minute of the game, gave up a goal and went down 2-1. And it was heartbreaking. I was there. I was standing up there watching, and I just felt really bad for those girls. But that doesn't mean that district play is not over. I mean, that was just the start of the second leg of district. But Aztec still has a tough game. I believe it's tomorrow night against Bloomfield. Am I correct, Albert?
That is correct.
But real quick, let's take a look, Corey. If you want to switch me over to camera 8, the first clip right here is going to. Oh, I've got my wrong paper up, but I believe it's right. Oh yeah, here it is. I got it right here. It's going to be Autumn Villanueva. She has some nice footwork and a great shot outside of the top of the box. I'm going to play this, and then I want to talk about it. Right here, she turns the ball, and she's able to fight the defender off and takes a great shot. And I mean, that shot right there, that goalie had to dive for it. Now, what's impressive is she fights to get that. She puts on a good shoulder tackle right here, turns the ball to her right foot, one touch, and then rips a shot. Now, I'll tell you, when I was coaching, it drove me crazy when kids would get the ball right there and then they try to take another dribble and another dribble and another dribble. You tell them, take the shot. And you see, because she takes that shot, that goalie does everything she can to save that ball. That's just a great shot outside the top of the box from Autumn. When I was there, we were talking about that up in the stands. I mean, I just was like, they just need to shoot the ball at the goal and follow their shots. Right here in this second clip, you're going to see the number 16, I believe they call her Gracie Lovato. Am I right, Ben? Is it Gracie, or do you know? It says Graciela, but I'm pretty sure I heard him yelling Gracie at the game. This is just a great first touch goal off the deflection. This is the kind of stuff as a coach that you love. You'll see Autumn takes a shot and it deflects. Watch the ball come down, one touch, puts it into the corner of the net. She did not try to settle the ball and, get it perfectly on her foot. All she did was stick her foot out there and direct it back towards the goal, and it goes into the net. And that's what you ask for as a coach. She's wide open. That ball comes off a deflected shot, and there's Autumn once again taking, and this is why you say this, take the shot, put it on frame, and that ball, the girl defender gets the ball, goes off her foot. Guess what happens? Ball ends up perfectly in front of the goal, one touch into the corner of the net. So, I just wanted to say great job by the Aztec Lady Tigers, and it was funny because I was showing these clips to Sam before I put them up on here, before I was going to put them up on here, because we enjoy watching these great soccer clips.
Absolutely. And when we get a lot of people sending in the soccer clips for us. Teresa Day has been huge for us.
Yeah, Teresa, we need another field report from Teresa Day.
She actually gave us one, and you said you had got the video here, so she did send this to us. So thank you, Teresa.
Thank you, Teresa. Teresa, we appreciate the field report. Get us some more of that.
What's wild, Stephen, is look how many games are left. I mean, we think football's got 2 to 3. If you have an off week, it's 2. If you don't have an off week, it's 3. This is the same thing with soccer. And then it's done. Then we go to playoffs. It's wild.
And you got the Aztec girls sitting at number 9. You got the Aztec boys sitting at 23. Aztec is 7-7 on the season, 3-2 in district. And like I said, they've you're still fighting because who knows what could happen to Miamira. If they come up with 2 losses, Well, I guess that wouldn't matter because head-to-head they beat Aztec. But I guess what I'm saying is you never know what's going to happen. There's 3 games left in district. Four. There's 3 games left in district, 4 games total for the girls. They've got Bloomfield, then they play Los Alamos, which I believe is an out-of-district game. Correct. And then they've got Kirtland and Gallup. The boys, they have Bloomfield, Kirtland, and Gallup left, and they're 3-14 on the season, 1-4 in district. So, just good luck especially to that girls team to see, I'd like to see them make the playoffs. I feel like they will make the playoffs. We'll see what happens from there. Albert and I, we were supposed to go call that Miamira game, and unfortunately the weather caused the time change. Hopefully, we're hoping that they get a home playoff game and we can go out and do a game for the Aztec girls. And then moving on real quick, you got Bloomfield. You got the Bloomfield girls sitting at number 7. They're 9-5-1. They're 2-2 in district. Aztec actually, that was the last show we showed when Aztec beat them. They've got Aztec, Gallup, Miamira, and Kirtland left, and that's the same for their boys team. Their boys team ranked number 13. I really like. I'm good buddies with their coach. I saw him the other day when I went to get my Navajo taco over there for the fundraiser in Bloomfield. But they're 9-7, 3-1 in district, sitting good in district. Then you got the Kirtland girls. They're 8-6, 1-3 in district. They're going to be taking on Miamira, Aztec, and Bloomfield. Then boys are ranked number 20. They're 10-6-1, 4-0 in district. Looks like the Kirtland boys they have to be sitting on top of the district with that 4-0 record. They'll be playing Miamira, Aztec, and Bloomfield, and it's an automatic bid for whoever wins the district. It's an automatic bid to state. So let's move on real quick. I got to get my clips ready here, but I saved some of these clips for last because I wanted to show you that it was the crosstown rival games between Peavy and Farmington, and I got both the boys and the girls, and I wanted to start with the boys. Let me make sure, and I apologize, Albert, you can jump in and help me out here while I'm trying to get
while you're doing
clips.
that, I mean, well, the way I was looking at it, guys, is for girls soccer, it looks like Aztec, Bloomfield, and Kirtland sitting on the outside looking in. I mean, they're right there. All 3 of them could easily make the playoffs there. And for the boys, I mean, you're looking at probably just Bloomfield unless Kirtland or Aztec can turn something on here late. So the girls looking pretty good. Guys, looks like we'll only get 1 team in, and then you bounce over to 6A. Or 5A, if you will. Actually, it's 5A. Farmington and Peavy looks like they'll both get in as well. And then the boys for Farmington and Peavy sitting on the outside looking in. So go ahead, Steve.
Yeah, so I got my clips up for Farmington. I want to start with the Farmington versus Piedra Vista boys, and then I want to move on to the Farmington. Kind of my highlight is the girls' game because it was such a fantastic game between those 2 teams. It was back and forth. But starting with the boys, PV came out on top. They ended up winning this game 3-1, but I wanted to show you their goals. And go ahead, Corey, if you want to switch me over right here. This first one is they get the scoring started. It's a beautiful shot. This is one of the ones that I was showing Sam. And I'm not sure. I apologize because I don't have names. I can't see numbers to get names. We need to get some contacts over there so we can get some names. But watch this. This is an awesome shot from 30 yards out. He gets the ball, turns it 1 time to his left foot, and puts it upper 9. Upper 9. I mean, that right there, that goal. There is not many people that can take that shot and put it from the 30-yard line. Look at that, 30-yard line. Tees it up, no defender in sight, and just puts it in the upper 90 back of the net right there. Just a beautiful shot, and I wish I had his name. I don't know if was it Jorge who was the one that last time had some shots. I'm not sure if that's him or not, and I don't want to give anybody else the credit. Now, these next 2 goals come off of corner kicks. The second goal is a perfectly executed finish off the corner kick. You'll see he jumps up and gets ahead on it, puts it in the back of the net. Now, I'm going to tell you, if I'm the coach for Farmington, I am extremely frustrated because you're manning up, right? You get in that box and you pick your man, and you'll see he comes from the outside. He's out here by the top of the box, comes in. Nobody picks him up. You should have a man on him, and as soon as he goes up, you go up. And it was way too late, and he puts a head on it and just puts it perfectly in the back of the net. Just outstanding job on the corner kick right there by PV. And this last one, I'll make it pretty quick here, but this one's coming off of this corner over here on the left side of the screen, and it's just a nice volley. Watch this volley, and I think it's the same person, boom, volley with his left foot right into the back of the net. And that, folks, is not easy to do. That came off of a corner kick, and I believe that's the same guy that shot it at the 30. It looks like him to me, but I'm not sure. Just turns and volleys with his left foot and puts it right into the back of the net. Just outstanding job. But PV came away with that 3-0 win, and it was just, there were some pretty fun highlights with that. But we'll get over here to the next. And you said I think the PV boys are in, right? Like, I think they get into the state playoffs.
PV's at 15, so they look like they're there.
I think that I would believe that they would get in, even if it's an at-large bid. I don't. That's just my own personal opinion. But let me get these last few clips pulled up here for you, because this Farmington girls and PV girls game was a battle, and I think it came down. It was won in the last 8 minutes of the game, if I'm not mistaken. There was a goal put in, and Farmington came out on top. And and that's Coach Bryce Frost. We know him because we work with him, but he's done a really good job. And I'm going to show you why on some of these clips. Like, you have this, if you want to switch me over, Corey, sorry. On this first clip right here, you have, let me make sure I'm telling you correctly.
PV strikes first with the...
Well, let me hang on. Let me make sure I didn't miss a clip here. I'm going to see if I can. Yeah, this is probably the first clip right here. I just didn't have it set up on my list. But PV strikes first on a PK kick, and I think I show you how the buildup happens right here. It's a nice through ball, and I want to go back on this one because I know what people are going to say. Hang on just a second. But she gets taken down in the box right there, and so she gets to take the PK kick, and she'll put it right into the left side of the net. So I was watching this clip, and I can almost guarantee you, just being a soccer coach and a fan, the crowd was screaming, "That was offsides, that was offsides." Because you'll see she gets that through ball's coming, right? And it's close because it's when the ball is kicked. So she kicks the ball right there. She's making contact. And then you'll see this girl up here, she runs onto the ball. And I mean, yeah, it's a judgment call on that linesman, but he did not call offsides. And then right here, when she passes it back, I know people were going, she was offsides, because look how far ahead she is right there. But if you look, she's about the 44-yard line, and when she makes the pass, she's on the 43-yard line. See that? Puts it right out in front. And I mean, like I said, that's a judgment call on the ref, but nonetheless, PV comes up with a PK, gets the first goal. Then we go to Farmington. They tied it up with a great shot from the 15-yard line on the right, out to the right side to the far post. And this is just another great shot. You'll see that. Look at that. And that's why you tell your players, shoot the ball. If you have an opportunity and you're within range, shoot the ball. I just love this stuff. But you'll see right here, she gets the ball around the defender and just rips a shot right there. She gets it, takes her one touch, puts it all the way to the far post. Exactly how you should shoot that thing. Out of the reach of the keeper. Nice shot. And like I said, I apologize, I don't have any names. Then PV comes back and takes the lead again. They get their second goal off a great transition down the left side. And this is a pretty awesome one too, of the field. And they get across, and it's kind of pinballed around in the front of the net before it gets put in. But you'll see, and I really like this. I want to go back over this too real quick. We get down, but they make this nice run down the left side, and you'll see she puts in a cross off of a couple of people, and one time one time. You see what I'm saying? Like that, you don't waste any time. You just put it on frame, and that's the kind of stuff that happens. But I'll tell you what really made this play work, and this is just great. This is great coaching. This is great field awareness. This defender right here makes the pass, and watch her move right into space. She makes, and then it's a one touch, locks the defender right there, turns and goes, and then one touch right back down the sideline. That is what you call a perfectly done give and go down the sideline right there. But I just thought that was just a really great job by the PV girls. And then Farmington, once again, comes back, ties it up again with a great pass. This is a great, they split the defense. Then Farmington finishes with a nice pass to the far post. This is another thing as a coach I used to always tell my player, like, look at that great job of knowing where your player is going to be, makes a nice run. And you tell your player in that situation, sometimes you have players that want to kill it. They just want to smash it to the goal, and you tell them, pass it to a corner. Watch this. She just passes it to the corner. Doesn't matter how it goes in, right? She didn't have to kill it. She didn't have to launch it as hard as she could. She just made a nice pass right to the corner of the net. Great goal. And then Farmington will finish it off with an outstanding shot. She beats two players off the dribble and takes the shot from the 18-yard line and finishes this game for Farmington. Like I said, this was like about 7:40 mark or something.
Nice footwork.
Look at that beautiful shot.
Well, number 2, Avery Sandifer, number 7, B. Herrera, and number 11, Logan Webb, all scored goals for Farmington.
Thank you so much, Albert, for finding that information. So there's your 3 goal scorers. I don't know which one scored which, but you know what? I just want to say congratulations to both of these teams, because that was an exciting game. It was fun to watch. It was fun to check those highlights out. Both of those teams play really good soccer. So, folks, there's my geeking out on the soccer highlights for you. I know that Corey and Ben and Albert have to put up with me doing that, but
don't mind at all.
I enjoyed doing
I just
the
have
soccer.
one question. You say the one touch. Do they have to touch it before they take that shot when you say one touch, or when they pass it?
No, that's what I'm saying is that ball comes out of the air and they just one touch it. Like they can stop it, they can move the ball, they can do whatever they want. But a lot of times if they just take that first hit, it's way more effective. Sometimes when you try to take too many touches, then you get the ball taken away. Like some of the defender get too close, you can't take the shot. Even on that one goal where the girl kind of mishits it and it rolls in, and then the second girl hits it. And I didn't point it out on that goal, but let's see if this is it. You'll see it feels like that girl should have been offsides. If you want to put it back there real quick, and this is what I was talking about. Like, she doesn't hit it real well, but she just see that defender's coming, so she just takes the opportunity to hit it the first time and put it on frame. Wasn't a great shot, but then her teammate's right there. Now, if you're on the sidelines as a fan, you're like, she's offsides. Look, she's behind the defenders. Problem is that this defender over here didn't get back in time. And if you watch, and this is frustrating as a coach, because you tell your kids you've got to get back. She's following the runner, and you see she kind of just jogs. I'm tired, and she doesn't get back very quick. And she's the one that keeps this girl on sides.
Oh, I see.
Because she didn't get back in time.
I get it now. The one touch is just to make time up.
Yeah, so you don't have if she tries to stop that ball right there and take 2 touches, that goalie's probably sliding that.
It gives them time to move and adjust to you.
There you go. So, phenomenal job by both of these teams. Both those ladies' teams play really well. So
Fun to watch you kind of break down soccer, because it's kind of your
helping
element.
me learn it.
It's his realm, isn't it? It's his world.
Well, the same thing when we get into wrestling, and Ben's going to do the same thing. I'll just be spectating.
Well, and let's not forget number 13, Navajo Prep girls soccer team, 2-13 on the season, 0-6. They take on Rehoboth Christian and Sandia Prep here this week. And now let's head on out to some volleyball. Steven's got some good stuff for us. And while I'm going to start in with the Aztec Bloomfield record. Stephen can pull up the video for Aztec Bloomfield or for Corey.
You got these ones, Corey? I was going to let Corey handle the volleyball ones. While you're talking through the information, he's just going to pull it up. Just let him know, which one you're on, and he can play just the highlight. We're just going to run through the highlights real quick, because I know you've got that. I guess we're going to do the field report last on the PV, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Yep, so we got number 24, Aztec in volleyball, 6-9 on the season, 0-2. Corey's going to pull up that video shortly here in just a moment.
Bloomfield.
They're taking on number 17, Bloomfield, 6-9. And now you see Bloomfield with a nice block at the net with a nice spike, and they win this game 3-1. Here it comes, hammered down. Who doesn't love volleyball? And that's Bloomfield taking on Aztec. Bloomfield comes away with that one. Aztec 6-9, 0-2 on the season. They're going to take on Shiprock this week, and then number 7, Kirtland. Bloomfield ranked number 17. They're 6-9 on the season, 1-1. They're going to take on Gallup and Mayamura tomorrow, and then Thursday night. The Kirtland Central Broncos taking on Gallup, as Corey will get that teed up here shortly. Number 7, Kirtland, guys, they're going to make it. And here's some highlights of that game. Of course, Kirtland in the darker uniform, they're going to score there in this set. Gallup in the orange, but Kirtland, guys, they're going to make it 11-3 on the season, 2-0. They're ranked number 7. And they're going to be taking on Mayamura and Aztec. That's Tuesday and Thursday. Mayamura ranked 16, Aztec ranked 24. Then we're going to head on out to Farmington High School. And the Scorpions, as Corey gets this teed up here shortly. Number 10, ranked Farmington taking on Cleveland. And this is at Farmington High School. Farmington 9-6 on the season, 0-2 in district. They're going to take on Volcano Vista and number 12 Cibola. Volcano Vista number 5. That's Tuesday and Thursday of this week. And then we got some fun stuff here, Stephen. We got Kirtland Central, I always get this mixed up. It's Kugler, but Aztec, basically Kugler Middle School, the Tigers, taking on Heights Knights. And this was a game that we got a broadcast as Corey pulls this up. We're going to take
this video, Corey? I think I'm supposed to be the one.
Well, then let's go to PV and Bayfield really quick while Steven figures that piece out. We'll go to Bayfield right now. And this was sent in to us by one of our sideline reporters, my good buddy Aaron Estrada, sending in these the videos that we have here coming up. And here's Heights Middle School at one of their games. This was brought to us by Aaron Estrada. And what's kind of cool about this middle school game is you're going to see Pedro Vista right there. There's the varsity girls at Heights Middle School's game cheering on the middle school team. How cool is that to have them there? Such a neat little clip. We also have another clip here for Pedro Vista High School as they're taking on Bayfield. That comes in from Aaron Estrada as well. And Bayfield ended up winning the set matches against Pedro Vista 3-1. And I'm not sure, do we not have a video on that?
It was all in that.
It was in that.
Okay, so it was all at once. So there you go. So, I mean, there's some volleyball for us in Pedro Vista doing a really cool thing, going down level to junior high, kind of like what the football teams do. You got to tip your hat to the varsity team, no doubt about it.
I may have cut that clip early. I thought it was.
Yeah, I don't think we've seen the PV stuff in there, but it's there.
All, yeah, it was all in. So, and the one thing that I wanted to point out is, and you had did you talk about how the PV girls were at the Heights game? You can play that clip one more time. So, like this is what Albert was talking about. Here's the Heights, and you'll see this clip of all of the girls in the stands, and that's all of the high school girls, the PV girls. They came to cheer on right there. That's the high school team cheering on the future PV Panthers. And here's the Bayfield coverage or clips that Albert was talking about. And this is from Aaron Estrada, correct?
That's right.
He got us these clips as they did go down to Bayfield, but you'll see two really, really good clips of PV right here. And I just like this second clip because they get so pumped up after this play. You'll watch as they get it back over.
Good nice volley. Going back and forth with one another.
Right here, just gets super excited. Love the energy.
Well, there's from my good buddy Aaron Estrada being a sideline reporter for us. And then, of course, ourselves against the Aztec Tigers taking on Heights Knights. We thought that was going to be for Basin Championship. Come to find out, Aztec had one more game. We didn't know that Heights, so no disrespect to Hermosa. We had no idea Heights had to play one more game when we showed up to broadcast that game. So there's one more game for Heights and Hermosa, and that will be for the Basin Championship.
Well, and that being said, I'm pretty sure he did describe it on his Facebook post that it really did have Basin Championship implications because, and this is kind of a crazy scenario, but if Aztec beats Heights, now Aztec has one loss, Heights has one loss, and Hermosa has one loss.
Yeah.
And so then it comes down to, well, I guess it did, because if Aztec wins that game, they're the Basin champions.
Well, they still have to play Tibbetts.
Well, okay. That's what it is. They still had to play Tibbetts. If they win against Tibbetts, then they're the Basin champions. So it absolutely did have Basin championship thing going on. Although Heights, they made sure and took care of that problem pretty well, but
solved it real easy.
Yeah, if you want to switch me over, Corey, we'll show some quick highlights. This we got to go call that game, and this right here is this is the fumble recovery that Aztec had right at the beginning of the game. And you'll see Gomez, I think that's Gomez, right? He just scoops it up. You couldn't ask for a better bounce. And unfortunately, he doesn't get down. That was a great defensive play by the Heights Knights, because that ended up not going. They ended up not getting in the end zone. Like, they got down to the 9-yard line, but their offense couldn't put it in. Here's the next clip. This is Mikey Mortensen. This kid, I'm just going to say it, he's quite the athlete. That kid is a stud out on the field.
He is.
But this is a quarterback keeper. I want you to watch how fast this kid is. 82 yards to the house. Look at those high knees. Just pumping those legs, and nobody is going to catch him.
Burners on.
Yeah,
I'm out.
He almost runs out of the screen. Nobody in the screen with him. Just a great run by Mikey Mortensen. Also, this one right here is Mikey Mortensen to number 2, and I believe it's Tommy Ray.
Tommy Ray King, correct.
Out for the 27-yard touchdown pass. Just a great throw, wide open, makes the catch into the end zone. And then I just wanted to show you, this is a highlight for Aztec. This is Gomez makes a nice catch. This is a nice halfback pass right here. Gomez puts it up in the air. Nice little trick play. Great catch by Mason. Is it Mason?
Yep.
Is that right?
Yep.
Mason Helms for 35 yards. So, folks, that was our game coverage. We just want to show a few highlights from that, because it was a lot of fun for us. We had a lot of great feedback on that game from fans and people. And I have to say, that game, the parking lot was packed just like a high school game.
Absolutely. That whole stadium was packed.
It was crazy.
I mean, Aztec was almost from corner to corner when we sat down there and looked. But hey, Heights Middle School, congratulations on that big win against Aztec. That was a lot of fun to do that junior high stuff. And we look forward to doing some more junior high stuff as the season goes on. But we got two junior high football games in, guys. And, we want to wish everybody the best of luck in volleyball as well, because we're going to have a big segment in 2 weeks against volleyball. My wife is going to come in studio. She's going to walk us through a lot of that. So expect some big things from volleyball. Right. That is right. We're going to keep hammering down on soccer, because we got a lot of teams that have an opportunity to make the playoffs. A lot of them, as far as soccer is concerned. And then football, at least right now, it looks like Bloomfield, Navajo Prep are the two teams that we're going to be looking forward to get moving in. So guys, let's get right to it. We've got our NFL and college picks. And,
I need a pen, Albert. I know that. Oh, Sam's going to toss me one.
Oh, there we go.
Got it.
All right. Well, here's how we got it laying out right now. Ben is leading us in NFL picks. He's 18-11 thus far. Steven second, Sam third, Corey fourth. I'm last and fifth. In college, Corey's leading us 12-5. Steven's number 2, Sam 3, Albert's number 4, Ben's 5. So here we go. Week 7
I'm either
picks.
first or last, I guess.
I refuse to lose to Corey. I'm just going to say that.
So here we go. Shout them out. We got Pittsburgh, Cincinnati. I got the Steelers.
I got the Steelers.
Steelers.
Rams, Jacksonville, I got Rams.
I got Rams.
I got Rams.
You're welcome, Justin.
Chicago, I got Chicago.
Chicago.
I'm going to go Chicago. Can't go with Spencer Rattler.
Okay. Sam?
New Orleans.
New Orleans, okay.
For that upset.
Miami, Cleveland. Mine is blank because I think
I'm going to go Cleveland. I'm just going Cleveland. I'm just going to do it.
I'm going Cleveland as well.
I'm going to go Miami.
Okay, Corey?
I got Cleveland.
Sam?
I did Cleveland.
All right, the Patriots or the Titans? That's an easy one. Patriots.
Patriots.
Okay, the Raiders or Kansas City? I think that's pretty easy for the most part.
Come on, man.
Unless you're saying,
I agree. I'm going against my team this week.
see, he's going. That's what I like about Ben. You got to tip your hat.
I'm not. I'm picking the Raiders.
Hey, man, he's going for wins. He's smart right now. Of course, hey, all these teams have freaked us out because who would have guessed Philadelphia? We've picked them every single year or every week, and Philadelphia has crushed us every week, but I still got Philly over Minnesota. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Philly as well.
I'm still going to go Philly.
Minnesota.
Okay. Sam?
Oh, shoot, what?
You got to get caught up here, pal.
Philly or Minnesota?
Philadelphia.
All right. Panthers or Jets? I got Panthers.
I'm going with Panthers just because they beat Dallas.
I'm going to go Panthers.
Corey?
Panthers.
Okay.
Buffalo.
Who?
For it. Wasn't that
You're
who-
at Carolina?
Oh, we weren't that far.
Like Carolina or Jets?
Who am I? Oh, Jets. Oh, wait, Carolina. My bad.
Carolina, okay.
I'm on the
Hey,
wrong-
Sam,
What
do
page
you
are
remember
you
how
on?
this works over here, pal?
Hey, Sam, we're doing picks right now.
I mean, we're focusing on picks now, buddy. Giants or Denver? I'm going with Denver. Number 6 best ranked
I'm going with
defense.
Giants. Sorry, Cammy.
Yeah, my wife's going to be pissed at me too, but I'm going Giants.
Going with Scatterboo.
Giants. Okay, everybody's going Giants except for me. Colts or Chargers? I'm going Colts.
Colts, baby.
This was a tough one.
Colts.
That is a tough one.
I'm going Chargers.
Yeah, you're not wrong for it. I would agree with
I'm
you on
going
that.
Colts. I'm going to go Colts.
What do you think, Corey?
Oh, Amber's
I got
coming in,
Colts.
Amber? Do you need to talk to us?
That's our warning to hurry the heck up. All right, Colts, and he's got the Colts because that's his team for Sam. Washington, Dallas. I won't go against my Cowboys, so Dallas.
Washington.
I'm going Washington. 'cause
And their
Dallas-
quarterback's back, so for
Dallas let
Washington.
me down this
so
last week.
I got Washington.
there you go. Okay, there you go.
Dallas has let a lot of people.
Green Bay and Arizona. Yeah, I've been a lifelong fan, so trust me, nobody knows that more
I
than
know
I
how
do.
you feel.
Green Bay or Arizona, I got the Packers.
I'm going to
Bay.
go Packers.
I'm going to go Pack.
Arizona.
Okay, this is a tough pick. San Francisco or Atlanta. Atlanta's pretty hot right now, but I'm going 49ers.
49ers.
I'm going 49ers as well.
Tampa Bay or Detroit? That's a tough one. And I went back and forth, and I went with Detroit because I feel like they're just feeling it right
I'm
now.
going to go Detroit.
I'm going the Bucks.
Man, that's not a bad choice, though, man. That was a tough one. This is another tough one. Seattle or Houston? I kicked myself around, and I went with Seattle. But I feel like I should have gone Houston.
Seattle.
I got Seattle.
Sam's just going Seattle because he knows I'm a Houston fan.
And brother-in-law's going to be calling you, pal.
Hey, I love my uncle, but
All right, here we go. It's your uncle, I'm sorry. So college picks. All right, here we go quickly. Number 9, Georgia versus number 5, Ole Miss. I got Georgia.
Going Georgia.
I'm going Ole Miss.
Ole Miss.
That's not a bad decision. Number 13, Notre Dame taking on number 20, USC. And in my book, this is the most dangerous game of all of them, but I'm still going Notre Dame.
Yeah, I'm going to go Notre Dame.
Notre Dame.
Notre Dame.
You wouldn't be wrong if you went USC. I could understand it. This is a tough game. 10 LSU, 17 Vanderbilt. I went with LSU, but Vanderbilt's quarterback, as you guys know, is the New Mexico State quarterback. Kind of lost
New Mexico kid.
his mind last week, so we'll see if he balances back out. But there you go with that.
LSU.
I like LSU.
Yeah, it's not a bad pick. Bama.
Vanderbilt.
Oh, this is tough. Bama or Tennessee? I feel like I should have went with Tennessee, but I went with
I'm
Bama.
going Tennessee.
I got Tennessee.
I went with Bama. I was the same way Albert was.
Tennessee.
Okay, that's not a bad pick. BYU and Utah. BYU barely beat Arizona, and they barely won their game
going
before
Utah.
that. I'm going Utah.
I went Utah.
I'm going for BYU.
I knew you would, Sam. If we said the sun's out,
We
he'd
need to
say
make
no,
him pick
it's dark.
first. We need to make him pick first.
I've got my picks out already.
I love it, man. Number 18, Virginia versus Washington State. I got Virginia.
I'm going Virginia.
I went Washington State.
That's not bad, though. They almost pulled off that win against Ole Miss last week. Virginia, okay. South Carolina against number 14, Oklahoma. I would have went
You
South
are welcome,
Carolina.
all you
but,
Sooners fans, because the Texas took them down in the Red
There you
River
go.
rivalry.
Let 'em have it.
They dropped
Let
from
'em
number
have it.
6 all the way down to 14, and Texas was unranked.
Hey,
Ouch.
I got Oklahoma. Who do you got?
I am going to go South Carolina.
Okay.
I'm going to go Oklahoma.
South Carolina.
All right.
I will never pick
Arkansas versus number 4, Texas A&M. I think this could be a trap game because Arkansas really hasn't got the doors blown off them except for Notre Dame. But I still went Texas A&M.
A&M.
Texas A&M.
Yep. And then number 2, Miami and Louisville. I mean, Louisville sneaky. We almost all of us went with them last time except for Sam, and he was the only one that won the game. So I'm going Miami this time.
Miami.
I'm going Miami. Who did you pick, Sam?
I don't know. I can't remember.
I can't remember what game it was, but I'll have to look. And everybody picked Louisville except for you, and you're the one that won.
Let's go.
So.
That's what I'm talking about.
All right, folks.
Man.
Well, there you have it. We got Sam.
Hey, do we have is camera 5 on? I want to show these guys. We haven't gotten to show them the last couple weeks.
I don't think it is on over there,
I had Sam turn it on. Did you manage to get it on, Sam? Did you turn on the wireless deal over there too?
It should be.
Nope. Oh, there's Sam and Annabelle right there on the black screen. Sam? Sam didn't get his camera on. That's his fault.
Sam, that's a failure on Sam's part.
Yep,
right
that's
there.
Sam's.
Oh my God.
The camera probably turned off. Just go check the camera, Sam. Cheese and crackers.
Well, while he does that, Ben, any final words?
Not much. Like I said, this has been fun, and I'm still enjoying the ride.
All right, Corey?
Yeah, same thing. I mean, it's been having a blast doing this. I can't believe we're this far already. This many shows in. It's episode 6. It's crazy to think we're this far. So it's been a lot of fun.
I do want to add, I think junior high wrestling practice started tonight, so wrestling's around the corner.
Man, and you got to be. I can't wait for wrestling. I love wrestling. Can't wait for softball and baseball too. But that's right around the corner. Steven, any final thoughts?
Hey, folks, I just want to say thank you to our sponsors. Thank you guys for tuning in. I want to try to get some of these. I'll probably try to throw together some soccer highlights and put them out on Instagram so that you guys can see that out there, because I really think that some of those goals, some of those things you're seeing in those clips, they deserve to be seen out there. You know, they need some recognition. I know we do a lot of football, and hey, Sam, don't worry about it. I didn't put the HDMI cable in. That's why you're not seeing it.
Oh, it's a failure on your dad's part.
Anyway, Albert, yes, thank you to everybody. We appreciate you. We'll be at Navajo Prep on Thursday doing that game. Don't forget, we got sponsors. We will be at the Yaffle Championships on November 1st. That's going to be a big
at
deal
Bayfield.
as well. In Bayfield. They're going to be in Bayfield.
Games are in Bayfield this year for the Yaffle Championships. So for Ben O'Gee, Corey Kitchens, Annabelle Kitchens, his daughter, and then Sam Parks, which is Steven's son, on sound and production and time and all that other stuff over here. You can't see him right now. For Steven Parks, I'm Albert Velarde. Thank you to our partners in business, which is American Fence, a locally owned business with Travis and the gang over there, as well as Kiddie Kamp with Renee Hutchins and all of her team who have been with us since day one. Another locally owned business, and another locally owned business is American Equipment Manufacturing, teaming up with us, and Four Roses T-shirts. So thank you all so much for tuning in for Desert Sports Live and Garage Days. Thank you for episode number 6 joining us. Thanks for rocking out with Desert Sports Live. God bless, and we are out.
Looking for quality fencing? Hornet Fence has you covered. Residential, commercial, and industrial fence, gate, and gate operator sales and service. We do it all, where we carry the largest inventory of fencing supplies in the Four Corners area. Hornet Fence, helping you secure the nest.
We believe that every child deserves the best start in life, and we're committed to providing a safe, nurturing, and fun environment where your little ones can grow, learn, and thrive. Join the Kiddie Kamp family today, where smiles, learning, and love are always in abundance.
American Equipment Manufacturing is a local business based in Farmington that specializes in the manufacturing of oil field equipment. Our extensive production facility allows us to provide high-quality products that meet the industry standards and industry knowledge.